Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode from the Apple Tree. Today we will be discussing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This film was released last week and I got the opportunity to see it on last Saturday. And it starts after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, and Doctor Strange is trying to live a normal life, but he continues to have dreams of another version of himself. To him, this is just a dream and he moves on his next day. But eventually, in the film, he meets a woman named America Chavez, who, when she runs into Doctor Strange, claims that she has a power that allows her to travel in the multiverse, but she does not know how to control it. Doctor Strange must help America figure out how to control her power, as well as protect her from a demon that is trying to get the power that America Chavez has. And the demon continues to send monsters after them, and Doctor Strange has to fight with the help of Wong and some of America Chavez, who still doesn't know her powers, so she's pretty much still in the beginning stages of becoming a hero. Doctor Strange eventually learns that he's not going to be able to defeat all these monsters by himself, and he will definitely not be able to find the demon by himself, as these monsters are being made with witchcraft. So he decides that he's going to go to someone that would know witchcraft, named Wanda Maximoff. Last time we saw Wanda, it was at the end of WandaVision, when she found out that she was holding an entire town hostage and she let them go, but only to Agatha Harkness led her to discover the Darkhold, which she was reading at the end of the WandaVision post-credit scene. After Doctor Strange goes to Wanda for help regarding America Chavez and finding the demon after her, Doctor Strange soon realizes that it is Wanda, in fact, that is after America's power. She wants to use America's power to travel to a different universe to find her children and take them to be her own, because she lost hers due to the fact that she had to give up the town that she was holding them in because they weren't real. With the power of the Darkholds, the Scarlet Witch will fight versus Doctor Strange to get her hands on America's powers. If Wanda gets the power that America has, the multiverse will be in great danger. It's up to Doctor Strange to not just save his universe, but all of them. No pressure then, right? The main question that's asked in this film is, are you happy? Doctor Strange has asked this question multiple times, and he realizes that the reason people keep asking this is because they're trying to prove a point to him. You can't have everything in life that you want. You have to make sacrifices. Doctor Strange learns this and learns to be content with his life. The Scarlet Witch is seen in this film losing her way by wanting to abduct other versions of her children from a different universe. People try to stop her, but eventually they realize that they can't stop her until she sees the truth of what she's doing. She realizes in the end that what she's done and what she is trying to do is wrong, and she pays the ultimate price for her wrongdoings. There is a lot of violence in this movie. In one scene, we see a person's head explode and his eyes pop out when we see him collapse, one of the most violent deaths in a PG-13 Marvel movie. In another scene, we see another person have a building dropped on her. We also see a person get chopped in half and another person turned into spaghetti. This is all in one 3-minute scene. We also see in another scene that a monster gets his eye pulled out of its socket, which is very gory for some people. We also see a zombie version of Doctor Strange that has a rotting skull. We can see some of his teeth, and it's been dead for a long time. Another Doctor Strange has an extra eyeball. We see a lot of blood, especially on Scarlet Witch and on Wong. Many people are killed and disintegrated. Most of the violence is related to magic, and many people are killed this way. But we do see our fair share of fistfights as well. Doctor Strange is seen shirtless in one scene, and we also see America Chavez past in a memory that shows that she had 2 moms, and we hear her talk about them. She mentions that they were both women twice, and Doctor Strange refers to them once as moms and the rest of the time as parents. This is the big problem that I had with this movie, because Disney was trying to push their agenda of politics on the world and all the people that are watching Marvel movies. It's only about a 15 to 20 second scene, but it's clear it wasn't necessary to the plot. I'll get back to that a little bit later. We also see people questioning if Spider-Man could shoot webs out of his butt. Wanda and Doctor Strange talk about her kids, and Doctor Strange explains that Wanda did not have real kids because she used magic to make them. She replies, "That's what every woman does." Kind of for a little chuckle, but I mean, but it is still worth pointing out. In one scene at a wedding, we see people that are drinking alcoholic drinks that are unnamed. We hear a lot of magic and witchcraft, and these terms are often used very similarly to the first Doctor Strange film. We hear a lot of language in this film, not much as some Marvel movies, but definitely a moderate amount. We hear the H word and the D word used about 4 or 5 times each. The A word is used 2 to 3 times, and we hear the Lord's name misused 5 times with one D word attached to one. We also hear a use of the B word, and the S word is heard at least 3 or 4 times. There are no F words in this movie, however. This movie had a lot of confusing parts in the plots. I guess my main dislike about this film is that the movie promoted the Illuminati a lot, and I expected they would have a lot to do in the film, but in their first fight, they were killed off in the first 3.5 minutes. We see the Illuminati on screen for about 10 minutes, which was very disappointing. I understand that the movie is about Doctor Strange, but I went into this film with high hopes for the Illuminati and was somewhat disappointed. The cameos in this film were exciting to see, but I didn't feel the same energy that I felt when I watched Spider-Man No Way Home. Nobody really got really excited in my theater when I went to watch it, and I went and watched it on opening weekend. But like when you saw people like Professor X and Mr. Fantastic drop, nobody like. I heard a few people be like, "Oh, wow, that's so and so," but I didn't really hear the excitement that you got when you had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield come back for No Way Home. It was exciting to see some of these characters brought into the MCU anyways. As I was talking about earlier, the gay moment in this film is meant to be a huge deal for the movie, trying to make Disney's political agenda clear. America's past was just not necessary for this plot. It just felt like an added information that we just didn't need. This whole 15-second scene just felt like it was unnecessary and just a part of politics. If this was an origin story for American Chavez and it wasn't about Wanda and Doctor Strange, and they were trying to explain America Chavez and who she was and all that, then I could see where they'd still want to bring up her gay past, which is not necessary for the viewer to know. But I understand that they're trying to lay some groundwork, but it's just the reason that they're gay and all that, it just wasn't necessary. In the end, are you ready to see Doctor Strange take on the Scarlet Witch? This film definitely has its exciting moments and its twisting moments, stuff you don't expect, especially when Doctor Strange meets the Illuminati. Enjoyed this film for the most part. There were some disappointments, like I said, and unnecessary plot details that we've gone over, but overall this film isn't bad. I'd give it probably about 3 or 5 stars myself. What did you think of this film? Let us know in the comments, and please hit that like button and subscribe for more content from the Apple Tree. Thank you, and have a good day.